guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be working on a guitar cup. The first thing we're going to do is the wood grain. I've got my cup here. It's already prepped and spray painted white. A little tip I have is if I'm doing something like the wood grain or anything over top of the white base, I just use this spray paint. It is like $1 from Walmart. Because I don't want to use $3 to $6 paint for it. It isn't very good. As you can see, it runs a little bit, but it's good enough because you're going to cover it anyways. I'm also going to use a paintbrush I got either at the dollar store or Menards. It was only like $1 or $2. And then I'm using some espresso alcohol ink. So the first thing I do is just draw a line down my cup. And brush it on just like that. So now that I've got it mostly all covered, I will go back through and see if there's any spots that maybe need like a little more, like here up at the top here, maybe down here, and I'll go back through and touch up those spots. Alright, when you are happy with how it looks, you can either leave it like that or go through and add a couple knots. I prefer to have knots on mine. So I usually look for spots that I maybe messed up or, kind of don't like. How I make my knots, I just drop a drop on there and I brush it down and brush it up. And I just continue to do that and get smaller and smaller in the middle. Okay, so once you've messed with your knots and got them to look however you want them to look, I do the bottom. Okay, so now I am done with the bottom. I'm going to now let this sit overnight, and then I'm going to put a coat of epoxy on. I will be back to show you how I do the decal. Alright, so I have a coat of epoxy on this, and I have my decals for the guitar cut. I'm just going to use this. I used pool noodles and tape. It just helps me keep my cup straight so it's not rolling around on the table. And I put the black part of the guitar on there first. Let's see. Kind of line it up to see where I need to put it. Probably about right there. And it's good to have a coat of epoxy on your cup before you put decals on, because the transfer tape will pull up paint and the alcohol ink. And if you have any air bubbles, you can just either push them out or take a little needle or push pin or something, just poke a hole in it, and then it'll flatten. Alright, then we need the white part. It's probably a lot easier if you layer your decals before you put it on the cup, but for me, I like to do it one at a time on the cup. And then for the lines, this part I usually just take it off and keep about an inch or so at the bottom so I can try to line them up on the dots down here, because I've done it before and they were lined up, but I started going crooked, or started up here and they didn't line up properly down there. And since I lined it up to start with at the top, you won't have to cut any excess off if you have your rim lined. And then we have our two last little dots for up here. On a guitar, it's usually the 4th and 6th box up in the middle. So when that is done, you will have your guitar decal on your cup. And this will probably get another, probably another 2 coats of epoxy. I'm not doing anything else to it on the back. So I'll probably put another 2 coats of epoxy on it and it will be done and ready to go. So I hope this helped and thank you for watching.